Hey guys, welcome back to the Outdoor August YouTube channel. I've got some new gear. I know it's been a little bit, and I am ready to get out here and do another video. I'm here at Coal Creek. I'm going to be trying some new things, trying my little stove that I've actually never used. I have a little tiny little fire maple converter thing with the fuel. So yeah, we're going to have some good food, good meals, and we're just going to hang out and enjoy the weather because it's been really raining here lately and I'm not taking the trail. I'm going to walk up the road and then I'm going to find a spot and go from there. So I'll see you guys in a little bit in my little hiking montage here. It's currently like gorgeous out here. I'm just gonna do a full 360 at one of my old sites here. It's just gorgeous. And there is people that are shooting, but they are over that direction. I might not walk much further that way unless I go up on one of my old spots, which is over that way. I don't think I'm gonna camp here because I like this spot, but I don't at the same time because it's also a part of the road and it's just a landing area, an old landing area that is right here. And a lot of people just tend to drive there. So I'm gonna try to go somewhere off the road. I could go to my old spot over there. I might make up a new one. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna keep walking around and I'm just taking a little break. I'll let you guys know in a little bit. And while I'm taking this break, I might as well show you guys some of my new gear. I recently acquired a new bag. I got a Teton Explorer 85-liter bag. It is, I got it off Amazon. It was 130 bucks. And so far I found that it's well worth it compared to some of those bags that are like 400 bucks. This is definitely a little more budget friendly, but it's also kind of in that medium range where you're still getting the things you want and all the compartments and whatever else you like in your personal preference. And as well as that, I also got a new canvas roll pad. I think that's also from the Teton brand. Yeah, the Teton brand's pretty decent. I'm gonna put this on top of my cot later and it's gonna make for a very comfy night. I also have a few other things, small things that are new. Hatchet. I've had this thing, I just forget to show it to you. It's my little temperature gauge. And I got a little compass. Little baby compass. Can't go wrong there. Anyway, I'm gonna see you guys here in a little while when I find a new spot or go back to an old one. I'll see you in a second. Alright guys, well I was gonna keep walking down the road, but it felt like I was getting closer to the people that were shooting, so I decided to turn around and go the opposite direction and go back to this old spot. I do want to move on from this old spot at some point because I do go to it a little more than I'd like. But otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna set up here and get my camp all set up and you guys will see that firsthand. So, alright, let's get to it. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my sleep setup. You guys saw me putting it together. It took me a second to figure out how I was gonna get my cot in there, but it worked pretty well. Just had to do it at a weird diagonal. Anyway, here's the setup. We have our Go Next cot, as you guys have seen in many videos now. I've used it numerous times. Got that Teton canvas roll. This is a canvas material, so it is insulated. It's got a good, nice little bit of foam in there. You can actually see the foam when you can unzip it right over here. And you can see the foam. Oh, that's the wrong pocket. I think that's the pocket for the pillow. That is a spot where you can have a little pillow right inside there if you want. I'm just gonna be using my jacket, so don't need to worry about that. I think it's the other side that you can check and look at the foam, but yeah, this is gonna be a great sleep setup. It's supposed to be pretty cold tonight. I think it's supposed to be down into mid-30s, so this tent isn't exactly rated for that, and that's why I've elevated myself onto a cot with a nice canvas roll mat that is gonna be really comfortable. So, as you guys can probably hear it in my voice, I'm starting to stutter on my words, and that means I'm getting hungry. So, here in a little bit, we're gonna have some good lunch. Well, I've already had one little learning lesson that was off camera, but yeah, when you're plugging this thing in to your stove or into your gas, make sure that thing's all the way on there, otherwise it will spew a little bit of gas at you. I had a little bit of gas kind of spew right up my finger on here, and I think it, for whatever reason, it burned didn't burn the skin, but it burned off all my knuckle hair. So I have no knuckle hair now on that one hand. But yeah, for whatever reason it did that. Yeah, this works pretty well. I used it really quick just to get some water going in my little thing here. And we will have having some good 3 cheese mac and cheese here in a second. So I'll see you guys when it's all ready. We're in business now. We got some good old 3 cheese mac and cheese. The only thing I actually forgot for this trip is a utensil. So we're just gonna have to kind of slurp it out of the bowl. As you guys noticed, or may have not noticed, I shaved. I decided to get rid of it. Facial hair, you can always grow back. So it doesn't really matter to me that it's gone. I just felt like getting clean and looking a little more professional, you know. It's pretty good. Minus not having a utensil, this is still pretty good. I will make sure I heat up my other food a little bit more for when it comes to nighttime, but that'll be for later. But anyway, I'm gonna give you guys a little close-up, just so you guys can see it once more. Get a good look at that. I know it's a little soupy looking, a little watery, but that's okay. It's all good. It'll mix in perfectly. Anyway, I'll see you guys here in a little while if I do something interesting. Some of you may recognize that stick that I walked in with, and it's the stick from my very first video. Yeah, this stick has actually held up pretty well. It's just been kind of sitting in my room, just hanging out. Still holding together, it's still pretty steady and strong. It's a bit long for a walking stick or hiking stick, but I want to start whittling on it now that I have a whittling kit. Yes, it comes with 8 whittling knives, I believe, and 5 carving knives, I want to say that they are. And I'm going to start whittling maybe a shape out of this part. I want to maybe shape it into some kind of figure. I don't know yet. A wolf would be pretty cool, but I don't know if I'm that skilled. So yeah, I'm into the new realm of woodworking in a way. And if you guys have any ideas of what I could carve into this, let me know. I have other ideas for this, and I could just keep carving down it or into it or whatever. So let me know in the comments below. Well, as you guys saw in my time lapse there, I was whittling on my stick. I don't know what I'm really doing. I'm just kind of guessing. I was trying to make some eyeballs right here, and they were kind of symmetrical, and they kind of are still, and I was going to use this as like the nose. Honestly, it's almost looking more like an Easter Island head, so if it ends up looking like that, that's fine. Honestly, it gives it a little bit of a groove. It almost looks like Plank from Ed, Edd and Eddy, if you're an old Cartoon Network person. It's kind of getting that face, you know. It looks like a smile there, a big old nose, and 2 eyes right there. I'm just playing around, having some fun out here, so I'm just going to keep whittling away. I felt like putting some marks into it. At one point, I did have marks in here. Let's see if I can find them. Oh, I think I might have... Oh, nope. You can see them. All these tiny little dashes I did right here were to mark each trip I had done, and I didn't bring it with me for a while, so I need to update this. So there needs to be like 23 lines on there now, just to mark each trip. I've been trying to update this, but I've been meaning to, and I keep forgetting. So I gotta update this thing to get all my little streaks on there. It's only about 2:30 in the afternoon, so I'm just gonna hang out, relax, let my body relax, and not be so stiff from sitting in this little awkward position while whittling the stick. So if I start whittling a little bit more, you guys will see that in a while. I just want to say a quick thank you to you guys. We just reached 250,000 views on this channel, and I think that's a pretty good milestone. I'm happy with that. Obviously, I want to get more views and hope to make this exponential growth of my channel keep going, you know? And as long as I keep producing content that you guys like and stuff that I enjoy doing myself more than anything, I want to make sure that I am passionate about what I'm doing out here, and I just want to make sure I'm having a good time. So thank you guys again for 250,000 views. Cheers to 1 million. Let's get there soon. guys, I'm about to get my dinner ready. It is about almost 6 o'clock. We're about 10 minutes away. But I have some Korean barbecue spam and I have some jasmine rice. I'm just gonna boil some of that water up on my thing here, and then we're gonna have our mix of it in there. The Korean barbecue spam is already in there. Got this recipe idea from a coworker actually, so thank you, coworker. Won't say your name just to respect your privacy. So yeah, thank you again. You guys are gonna see my time lapse now. Alright guys, well, we have made our meal. Also, I crafted that spoon and I didn't get to show it to you guys, so I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a close-up now. Of course, I went ahead and carved my name in it. August. Might as well, you know. I'm hoping this isn't too bad on the inside. It didn't have sandpaper or anything. Otherwise, I would have made that nice and smooth. But otherwise, yeah, should work for a good utensil. Here's my food. Good old Korean barbecue spam and white rice. Hopefully this rice is done enough. I did let it go for like a good 4 minutes of boiling, and also got some good slices of spam down there. I have some of it cubed up and I have some of it that is just pure slices. Just like that. So I'm gonna do my little taste test here for you guys. And to see how the spoon works. We're gonna see how this goes. Oh man. Perfect. There's a little bit of some of this rice that isn't done enough, but that's so tasty. Highly recommend making this one. That is really good. Anyway, you guys are going to see the sunset time lapse here pretty soon, so it's going to be a pretty one. Hope you see it. Guys, sun has gone down. I'm just gonna be hanging out until then and probably maybe watching a movie and crawling into my tent here pretty soon. My entertainment was mostly the whittling today and carving stuff and making whatever I could and having fun while I was at it. And my hands are kind of tired, and I think I've done a lot with them now, and my hands don't want to do much more whittling, so I'm just gonna be relaxing, taking it easy, and just watching this sunset that's still going on just a little bit more. Other than that, you guys will see me maybe in the morning. If not, yeah, we're hanging out, having fun. See you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. I just kind of been slowly waking up. It's been about an hour and a half since I technically woke up. I have slept amazingly. This sleep setup is very comfortable and it's very warm and insulated, and I didn't feel cold for 1 second, minus maybe my head a little bit. But at that point I just kind of tucked my head a little bit and I was nice and comfy. I think here in a little bit I'm going to have some like granola and water to imitate my cereal. I didn't have a bunch of additives this time, like my freeze-dried blueberries and protein powder, so I'm going to get that going here in a second. I will see you guys in a moment. Well, I decided against my idea of making this into cereal. I'm just going to eat a little bit of it, you know? Good granola is just good to eat. You can just sit here and mow down on it. I'm going to eat this little bit of granola and then I'm going to be heading out. I got work tomorrow, so otherwise I would have stayed out here another night. Crunchy, but good. I believe next weekend I am busy. I'm going to be hanging out with a friend, so more than likely I won't be going camping and making a video. But for my next video, I would like your guys' input. I may do a bushcraft video for the next one. So if you find yourself wanting that, make sure you leave your opinion below. I will definitely hear it, and I will definitely listen to it. So make sure you comment down below what you guys would like to see on this channel. So I'll see you in a little bit. have finally just packed ourselves all up, as you guys saw from our time lapse. Got my hiking stick there, got my tripod, and we're just gonna be doing our little hike down. So you guys are gonna see me in my hiking montage here in just a moment. Thank you guys so much for coming along with this journey. It meant a lot that you guys were here. I hope that you guys come back for the next one. It might be in a few weeks, but I will see you then. Hope you guys have a good one. Peace out.